back to my YouTube channel, and I'm here with my beautiful friend Cindy. And today we'll be talking about the misconception that people have about Africa. And I hope you guys learned something from this video, okay?
So the first misconception that I want to cover is about people always asking me, do you speak African? I think you get that question a lot as well.
Every time. Like, yeah. I don't ask you if you speak American, or I don't ask you if you speak Asian.
Yeah, so African, it's not a language. You can't just see an African and ask them, do you speak African? There are 54 countries in Africa. There are over 2,000 languages. We all have different languages. There might be, you know, one or two countries that speak the same language. Swahili, there are a couple of countries that speak Swahili, but for the most part, everyone has their own languages. And even within each country, they have their own dialects. Like in Cameroon, we have
over 260 tribes, and all those tribes have their own languages that is flying.
But there is a language called Afrikaans, and that is a South African language.
Second one is that we don't know every African that you went to school with. Like, I don't like when people ask me, oh my God, so you know this person? I went to school with them and they're from Cameroon. I don't know them. Like,
just because I'm from Cameroon
doesn't mean I know all Cameroonians. Exactly.
The next one is, whenever I tell somebody, you know, I'm African, they're like, oh, you don't look African. And I'm like, what does African have to look like? Is there like, do I have to put mud on my face? Do I have to like walk around chanting? Like, what is it? No, like we are normal people and we have varieties. We might not, maybe we look alike, I don't know, but you know, no two Africans have to look alike, just like you don't look like any other American.
We are not limited to violence, poverty, or war. You turn on the media, all you see is Africans begging for food, you know, starving, and then you see some of them, you know, in a war zone. That's not what Africa is all about. You have Africans that go to school, they have 3 square meals. You know, we have beautiful buildings in Africa, we have beautiful cars, we have AC conditioning, everything that you think we don't have, we actually do. And to be honest, when I was actually coming here in America, I had no idea that they had ghettos. Like, I had no idea they had hungry kids, because all they put on the media is, you know, just the beautiful buildings and structure. So stop letting the media tell you what Africa is like. Like, do your research for yourself.
Also, a lot of people ask me, you know, if I tell them that I'm African, they come up with this ritual that they might have heard from another African. Like, maybe, you know, another African could have a special dance or some other type of ritual or culture, and they're like, oh, do you do that? You know, don't just assume that we all have the same rituals and we all have the same cultures just because we're all from Africa. You know, Africa is so diverse, and there are so many different cultures, so many different religions, so many different beliefs that, you know, what she might be believing in or what rituals she might, you know, do, I might not do. So don't look at me just because I'm African and think that, okay, I do what every other African does, because it's completely different and people do completely different things.
Cultures in the motherland, a lot of them.
Yeah, so keep that in mind.
Another one is that Africans don't have to be mixed to be light skinned. You can be fully blooded African and be light skinned. It's so crazy. Like, I've seen comments like, you're not dark enough to be African. Like, no, we are not, you know, limited to just being dark. Everywhere in Africa has light skinned people. Literally, but mostly people from South Africa, the San people of Botswana, a lot of them are light skinned, like their tribes. A lot of them are light skinned. Like, you can be fully blooded African and still be light skinned.
I mean, we're both dark, so it's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah.
Please stop asking me if I have a pet lion, or if I've ridden on an elephant's back, or if I've seen a giraffe before, okay? Just because I'm from Africa, it doesn't mean that I live in the wild and I live in the deep forest where I ride lions and feed animals and elephants and stuff.
I actually had a guy believe me when I told him I have a pet lion. You know, when you just get tired of those questions, you just be like, yeah, I have a lion, and what next?
I mean, for me, I feel like,
believe me.
I feel like, you know, a lot of people ask because they don't know. But I feel like before you ask a question, at least get a little bit of a little bit of education.
Right.
Before you come ask me,
clue.
there's Google. You know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect somebody whenever you can find the question on the internet easily.
Last but not least is that Egypt is in Africa, north of Africa to be precise. It's not in the Middle East. There's no Middle East in Africa. All of it is the African continent, and Egypt is in the north of Africa. Somebody can be black and still be from Egypt. You know, a lot of people feel like Egyptians are white. You know what I mean?
Or just mainly.
Yeah, no, Egyptians can be as black as me. If you go back, way back into civilization, when civilization first of all began in Egypt, you realize that the kings and queens were actually blacks. So yeah, Egypt is in the north of Africa. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to subscribe and like it. And also, I'll leave the link down below to her channel. She has some amazing stuff, and I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out. We made a video, a Cameroon tag. We're both Cameroonians, so we made a video on her channel, and I'll leave the link down the bottom bar below, so you guys can go check it out. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.
Bye.